Drink your protein. I thought that was cool with the sun. It's kind of neat. Looks like thick urine. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, I feel good all of a sudden. Wow. It's a good workout. I really feel like, like I took a good drug and it literally just kicked in. That's what I'm talking about. The working out. Man, I get high every time, but sometimes it's extra nice, like just then. Like, whoo! Like, whoo! Like, did I take some drugs this morning or something? I don't take drugs in the morning. No, you know what I'm saying? But feels like I literally took some sort of good shit. But it was just exercise. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm gonna drink my shake real quick. I got a good one today, I think. A little smoke rack and my little survival chair. It's not little. But hey, you can make a chair out of sticks and string. Anyway. So one of y'all sent a message the other day and then sent a message right afterwards kind of explaining, hey, I wasn't saying, clarifying, making sure the comment didn't go to my head, which it didn't. I didn't think this person meant what they said until later on. They were like, hey, hope you know I didn't mean this. And I was like, oh, I never would have thought of it that way. But anyway, I was sitting there quietly after my workout, and I was like, I got nothing to say on video today. So I might as well just shut the fuck up. So I'm here, right? I'll get you the whole picture. It's just standing here, quiet. And I was like, what are you going to talk about today, Will? I'm like, this is inner dialogue. What are you going to talk about today? Dude, sometimes, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up sometimes. And then I got quiet. And then I grabbed the phone. And then it was a combination of that thought and the exercise. I think it was the freedom and the self-liberation. Giving myself permission. Like, dude, you don't have to talk every day. You don't have to do any of this. You know, it's like, yeah, some people like it, cool, but like, you don't have to do. Just do what makes you happy. So by saying like, just shut the fuck up, I feel like I took the pressure off myself, and that's totally fine. But that's not the good part. That got me thinking, I need a dip. That's what I need. I dip, so what? So as soon as I took the power from myself, so the inner part of myself that's like, dude, you got to do this. And then I guess the louder part of me was like, dude, shut the fuck up. You ain't got to do shit. Do what you want. Like, oh, okay. So what I essentially did was the inner dialogue, the pressure, the quote unquote obligations or the illusions that, you know, I gotta every day do it to go. Blah, blah. Like, no, you don't. So I'm breaking down what happened in my head. I pretty much told the anxious one to shut the fuck up. The one that's like, oh, we gotta. I'm like, shut the fuck up sometimes, man. Like, you're great. I need you. Part of me, and I'm part of you and all that. But sometimes just shut up, man. And I was thinking how close that is to learning how to manage like strong fucking anxiety. I had, oh my God, I would almost throw up every single day. My whole freshman year, panic attacks. It was horrible, man. Like, fucking Jesus. Horrible anxiety. But I've learned a lot of tools since then. I still get anxious here and there, but I think my tools are so well practiced that it doesn't take long for me to put it in check. Like, I know like the pre-contact cues or the cues that tell me, this sensation eventually leads to anxiety, then anxiety attack, which means I'll have to do this. Like, I know the pattern. Let's go and do it now. Let's go ahead and cut the shit now before it gets any harder. But even if it does get harder, you know, I still have those tools to manage the whole system so far. And again, I've had some pretty horrible anxiety, so I'm pretty confident in what I'm saying. It's not like, oh, got nervous once, and I can relate to all of you. Like, nah, I can relate, trust me. So here's my point. I told my inner kind of self to shut the fuck up sometimes. I didn't listen to him. I ignored him. And he knows once I say no, it's no. And if you hung out with me, you probably heard me say it to you or to someone else. You asked me for something, and I'm like, nope. Nope. And you ask again, I say nope. You ask again, I'm like, how many times am I going to have to say no before you realize when I say no, I mean no? Because people, girls primarily, they think like, oh, come on, please, come on. The cute will like win me over. Generally doesn't. But having that mindset and that mental structure to be able to tell your anxiety, shut the fuck up. And your anxiety, or that part of your brain, your other personality, if you will, has learned, fuck. He said shut the fuck up. So, you remember anxiety? We've been trying this for like years. Used to be, if I'm Mr. Anxious, anxiety speaking, anxiety can kick in and be like, hey, Will, we're feeling anxious today. How do you feel? And my logical brain is like, no, I don't want this. Anxiety's like, yeah, but I'm going to push so hard you can't fight me. And the logical part of my brain's like, oh shit, you're right. Oh, anxiety attacks. I can't breathe. Oh, this is horrible. Is this okay? Am I going to die? Am I going to deal with this forever? I know a lot of y'all get that shit. That whole like, I can't do this forever. Oh, fuck it. If this is forever, I'm going to have to kill myself. Because it's a horrible feeling, right? And then that fear turns into more fear, and then the what ifs kick in. You're in a really delicate panic state of mind, so all the what ifs seem really realistic. But really, everything that's going through your fucking brain are just fucking thoughts. They're just thoughts. They're not real yet. I mean, they're real thoughts, but you can choose which ones you bring into fruition and ones you blow off, ones you bury, ones... It's up to you. But essentially, once it's in your brain, they're just thoughts. You can manage thoughts with thoughts. It's not that fucking hard. Key is to tell yourself to shut the fuck up. So when that Mr. Anxiety kicks in or Mrs. Anxiety kicks in, practice telling him to shut up. I don't need you. I don't need you. Fear is different. Fear can be used productively, and fear is there for a reason, usually. But it's either fear or kind of anxiety. I don't want to go on that long tangent because it'll be really long. But fear can be a gift. Fear is there for a reason. I'm talking, someone comes up to you and like, hey buddy, whatever. And you just have this sensation like something's not right here. I feel kind of nervous and scared. This guy's giving me weird vibes. And all of a sudden, oh, there's a knife. Or he gets mouthy, or there's someone come. That's fear. But you can use that. But then the anxiety is just like fear of something that's not really real, in my opinion. You're worried about something that hasn't even happened. So what I'm getting at is, with your anxiety, if you have anxiety, what I used to do, how I started this whole thing with my anxiety, was I started listening to it. Like really listening. So usually you'd be like, well, what if this, what if that? They're thinking this about you, they're thinking that about you. And you're like, oh my God, all these things are true. And then one day it's like, hold up. Let's answer these questions. What if they're thinking, you're a loser? This is more high school stuff. I'm like, all right. Well, it kind of wasn't anything super special in high school, but okay, maybe I am a loser. What if they're judging you? Well, at the end of the day, so what? I mean, it's just their thoughts in their own head. It doesn't affect me until I let it. So once I got past the whole like, well, what if? And you answer the what ifs, it's like, well, what ifs really aren't that bad. I don't know, what if someone, whatever. Just answer the fucking question. What if? Well, then I'll have to do this. Inconvenient, yes. But it's not that big of a deal. And then once you answer those questions, or once I could answer those questions, then I could go to the next step and be like, well, all the what ifs aren't that big of a deal. Now let's think about the likelihood that any of that stuff is happening or is going to happen. Is someone going to judge me? Sure, at some point. But they're probably not judging. Then you're like, what the fuck do I even care? And then it just kind of starts going away. And now you've kind of taught your subconscious and your anxiety that anxiety, you're a little irrational sometimes. Remember this whole process we've been doing, answering the what ifs? And then we talked about how, unlikely it is that any of these fears are actually going to come true. anxiety is like, yeah, well shit, I guess I am pretty I'm pretty irrational sometimes. Yeah, you know what, conscious mind, logical, you got your shit together more than I do. Maybe I talk a little less. Yes, anxiety, talk less. When I need you for fear, I'll use you. In the meantime, piss off. Okay, sorry. So when the time comes when you're feeling anxious and you can tell your anxiety, hey, shut up. It's like, I don't know, scolding a puppy. You know, you train it well enough. At some point you can just say, hey. And the dog's like, shit, sorry. Don't have to hit, don't have to yell, just ah. And they know. So with enough practice and repetition, just like a dog, treat your anxiety like a dog. Like, ah, shut it. Shut your mouth. Nope, shut your mouth. If I have to fucking tell you again, holy shit. Then hopefully next time it's like, hush. And that's kind of how I've learned to manage it. Just have the conversation with yourself, man. So many people have anxiety. It's like the norm. You know, out of all the people you know, who doesn't get anxious? And there's probably a good percentage of people you know that have like severe anxiety, severe panic attacks. Like it's a normal thing, you know? So the fact that so many people have it, even adults, and they still have it, I get a little anxious sometimes, but I've learned how to like calm that shit before it gets bad. But it's all been this. It's not true. I take a very low dose of medicine for more for nerves. But no, the hard majority of, I'd say 90% of it is just what's going up here. And it's just having that conversation. You ever like don't want to go home because your friend or your spouse or someone's there and you're like, I got all this shit on my mind. I don't want to deal with this shit because it could end. They may leave. They may be mean. And like all these what ifs, and then you never have the conversation. 3 years later, you have a big blowout because you're fucking full of resentment, frustration, and anxiety with your friend or your spouse that just all goes to shit because you didn't have a fucking conversation. So sit down, have the conversation with yourself. Start talking to your anxiety, being like, yo, what's up? Why are you here? What are you doing? What's your intent? Nothing? Piss off. New thing. 30 breaths on land or on dry land, and then the next sequence in the water. So 30 breaths where I'm sitting, and then 4 breaths in the water. So I can slowly build up to getting a good breathing routine in very cold water, and eventually like ice water. And then I don't know where it's gonna go from there. But it's been 12 minutes, so I'm gonna cut you off here. They're just thoughts, you know?